News for today. Pinterest will remove content deemed climate change misinformation. So, new policy aims to eliminate misleading content on the social media platform. It is not additive to a positive inspiration experience, company says.
So Pinterest is rolling out new guidelines prohibiting posts that it says contains misinformation about climate change, as social media companies continue to grapple with curbing the spread of false and misleading information. The social media platform, where users post anything from photos and links to recipes and home decor ideas, said Wednesday it will remove content from users or advertisers that it deems as misinformation about existing or impact of climate change. How will they know if it's misleading though? Like, is it just so nonsense that people can know it right away, or are they going to hire an expertise about this separately? Pinterest is aiming to eliminate content that it says misrepresents scientific data and false or misleading findings about public safety emergencies, including natural disasters. So new guideline says, for years, we've been working on our misinformation policy and defining what type of harmful content does not have a place on Pinterest. Harmful misleading does not. It is not additive to a positive, inspiring experience on the platform. Social media companies define misinformation as false or misleading content that may harm pinners or the public well-being, safety, or trust.
I never knew this was definitely an issue. I think social media is just an issue in general, guys. Not only misinformation, but I think other things too. And I shouldn't be saying this because I'm technically using social media right now to read you guys news, but I hope this isn't any misinformation and that I'm just asking a bunch of questions. So don't take this. That's why we also have disclaimer, hoping that you guys won't start investing in Pinterest because I just read this news.
Pinterest said it works with the climate change experts. Oh, there you go. To develop the policy based on common misinformation themes they've seen across media platforms. So I know they're experts. I wonder if they're gonna get multiple and then have another. This is really hard. I think it's really hard to identify. Like, what if the person giving the information just has a different meaning, or like they learned it from somewhere else, or people have different interpretation. How are they going to realize that's a troll or misleading information or not? It will use automated system and moderations to take action on content that violates the new guidelines. Pinterest will allow users to flag content that will get reviewed as well. Company declines to offer specific data on how many climate change posts circulate on their platform. Pinterest, however, did say that searches related to sustainability have increased, including queries for zero waste tips, which were 6 times greater than a year ago.
Ah, so they did post something to waste tips. I mean, it's a good idea that they're trying to save any or trying to help people not, for global warming. But
anyways, policy change at Pinterest follows a report early this week by climate experts tapped by the United Nations, that found that countries must make major rapid shift away from fossil fuels and to renewable energy to meet the goal in the 2015 Paris Agreement. And the social media companies also have similar policies in place for other topics. Pinterest previously removed content related to vaccines, misinformation on vaccine, added what it defines as misinformation about COVID-19 and election matters to the list of content that would get removed from its platform.
so actually, Pinterest is doing a very good job of not trying to spread misinformation. However, I don't know how many people use Pinterest for these matters though.
And so other companies doing something about the social media is that Google is no longer allowing digital ads on its platform to appear next to online content that denies climate change. A ban that will also apply to YouTube.
So any YouTube video that I go, oh my god, you guys, climate isn't changing, is going to be banned.
Twitter launched a program in November that created hub users can find under various tabs on its messaging platform.
But nothing about misleading information for Twitter. So Twitter is also one of the biggest platform that gives misleading information, I think.
Facebook also added new guidelines in November that use fact-checking organization to determine if climate change content is false. If it is false, Facebook reduced its distribution so few people see it and applies warning label to the post.
I've never seen this thing though, that Facebook applies warning labels to the post. Maybe I haven't seen enough of like negative content, but I think we should at least recognize Pinterest for its effort though. I do wonder what percentage of the misleading misinformation on social media was originally published, or posted by people that actually know the stuff they're posting is false. So that wouldn't count like retweets, right? Oh, all Trump posts had warning signs. Oh, I've never seen it. I don't use Facebook, but see that on YouTube. So they have warning signs about this. So of all the companies out there, guys, which social media platform do you think is doing the best at denying misinformation? So we have YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, obviously Pinterest seems like they're doing a good job, but Instagram, Twitch, from Jinri TV. According to Facebook and Twitter, you can't trust Trump. Oh. So if none of the platform is doing a good job, what do you think they need to do though? Like, it's really hard, I personally think, to verify, especially when COVID hit, for example. So many people posted different news about COVID. There were so many YouTube videos, so many TikToks, so many tweets about this is what you should do to not get not to get COVID-19. But none of those has been true. So I think this is one of the biggest issues that social media platforms should be solving. And what are some ideas that they could try to do to, prevent this? This is the problem. We don't know what's true, what's not. At the time, we didn't know anything about COVID, so a lot of prevention information was taken from past experience with other similar virus. Oh, information with two differing sources on wider spreads of data is different than information with no source. Unfortunately, the general public doesn't get how science works when it comes to news, novel things. Go with the news source you trust. I don't need the Pinterest police telling me what's misinformation. Social media is fairly new to a lot of people, especially older. It will take a while for them to learn they can't trust everything they read. I learned of the SIFT method to help distinguish between good and bad information. Also, there is a method that you could do. Another thing is when a society is deliberately dumbing down the population as well. Yeah. Sorry to say, I know I'm also trying to get my TikTok being used a lot, but some of the things I see on TikTok, I kind of question myself. Or if I see shorts, I'm just kind of questioning some of people's actions and that if it's really worth putting it on. Like, if it's any type of artwork or something that's really nice, then it's fun to see it. But if it's kind of like, what is this? Because I feel like nowadays, not that many people read books anymore. And that it's much better to be on YouTube. Or watching Twitch too. I mean, spending a bit of time is okay. Like, a couple of hours is okay. But if you're on Twitch 24/7, guys, if you turn it on in the morning, watching a person, and then till night before you sleep, you still watch a different person, like on Twitch, I'd be concerning. If it's background noise, it's okay, but if you're on it like a lot, it's how couch potato the term came out because everyone's on their TV all the time after work, and people found that very bad for you. That's the same thing though when you're on Twitch. So I wish you guys can do something that you won't regret your time. So it's really hard for companies to try their best to take off all the misleading information, guys. Honestly, it's best for the users to actually look it up and double check it, use other information, search it. There's other searching platforms out there other than one social media. So try helping the company out for once and just don't blame them, being like, oh my god, you guys just keep giving misinformation, and just kind of look back and kind of be like, oh, maybe it's my fault for trusting just one platform and that I should really look it up and read different articles, like actual articles, guys, about social media or any of the climate change information or COVID information or anything that's a social issue out there. So that being said, that's all. Pinterest doing a very good job trying their best, guys. So give a big clap for Pinterest. But like I said, it's you guys who needs to make the decision, not social media. So their social media's intention is just to make you guys enjoy it, so don't trust it.